announcing their first commercial dealership.
Good morning. Good morning. Jesus, can you hear me? Here we go again. Another day of fucking Jesus dumbassery. Dumbassness. Good morning, everybody. Let me know if you can hear me and see the screen. Buenos dias, Bruce. ¿Cómo estás? Last one, good morning. Why don't we just call Wall Street Jesus at this moment in time? And we'll just do this again and again and again and again and again. Good morning, Shocked. Lex Traders dig. Good morning, dig the new backdrop. Well, this is always here. This is on the back side of the wall. I had to change computers. Boa tarde, K. Dirk. Good morning. Good morning.
Afango. Oh,
Well, we can't hear you again.
again? Come on, man.
I mean, try just turning the volume up,
I'm
maybe.
muted on here. Hold on.
Morning, Ray Dixon. Morning, John Smith.
I hear you,
Oh.
man. I don't know.
Can you hear me on the stream, or not through
Oh.
the?
I hear you on the stream. Wait, where do you hear me from? Do you hear me from the headset now?
I hear you from the headset.
Oh, okay. I didn't do anything.
You didn't do anything.
No.
All right.
All right.
All right.
We'll leave it alone.
It is what it is. It is what it is. Let's change back your screen though. I think you have the chat room
Yeah.
up. So, good morning, everybody. Good morning, Romeo. Good morning, Raul. Buenos dias. John Smith is saying we need to start earlier. Who's we? Who's
What are
we?
we, French?
Who do you speak of when you talk about we? We
need
who?
to start earlier.
Tim. Oh, good morning. Good morning, everybody. I mean, obviously, let's just take a look immediately here at the spy from yesterday. We dug in. After looking at what's going on today here, I mean, they dug people out, kind of thing on spy yesterday. You saw they got everybody down to about 491, even lower than that. And you washed a good amount of people out. You got a lot of people panicked out, kind of thing. And then they just bought it all right back at the close of the day, which was maybe in like half an hour. In half an hour, they ripped about 30 handles, and we got the continuation today. And today, of course, if we take a look at the semis here, they're back to doing their thing. SMCI is back to fresh all-time highs, which is 820. AMD back to 173. In reality, if you look at a lot of names after yesterday's action, you didn't really see anything go anywhere. The Googles, the Netflix of the world, all the fat man names, nothing really went anywhere, to be quite honest. And, and you're looking at a SPY 20 handle gap up right here. I think the most important thing to take a look at this morning is the coin. Is just BTC in general here. So if we take a look at prices on BTC, we hit 51.7 on BTC, 2,700 on Ethereum, man. So shit is chugging along here. Solana hit 120. So you get some big moves here. 20% move in BTC because we were trading around 48%, 48,000. This was yesterday. This is yesterday. And now we're looking at about 51, 52 over here. And if you go take a look at the coin, we're trading at about $1.50. So everything looks all good here. If you look at the Mara here, it's almost back to where it was a couple of months ago when we topped out on BTC last time. So you got 29 here on Mara. You got Riot here at fucking $17. Huge moves here in the crypto space. And we got the complete opposite. We got the complete opposite here. You know, and I would think off the open here, you're gonna get a squeeze here from people who didn't cover yesterday. We got TTT saying Senga, you should get long GS. You're probably not
Senga.
wrong. Senga. Probably not wrong. Timo saying stocks lost the 50-50 battle at 50 MA by a hair, holding the 200 MA. I don't know what the fuck you're talking about, but you know, whatever works for you. ARM here is back to about 131. I mean, again, they got this down to what, 120 here. They squeezed out a lot of people. This thing's active, and it's and it moves quick, man. Oil here this morning here is also gapping up, which is surprising here because again the single names, and then yesterday most of the utilities here were down. You know, most of those names were down here for most of the day. Banks, utilities, and shit like that. Jesus was calling out some of the sectors that were really beaten down. That JetBlue here, 740. You know, you're
Carl
still
Icahn, your boy Uncle Carl got involved.
The icon here, and then you got the Lyft earnings. So you got the Lyft earnings. Lyft hit fucking $20, if you could believe it, here in the pre-market.
Did you hear the whole drama after hours with Lyft? Did you hear about that?
No. Okay. What is that?
Very just without getting into detail. They posted their numbers, right? And they said something about an increase. In other words, they had good news, right? The stock rocketed higher, exploded higher off the earnings update and guidance. It was fake news.
Oh.
It was total bullshit. It was fake news. Then they adjusted it, came out with the normal number, and the stock retraced to only be down up 17% on the complete fake news.
Yo, I heard it was a clerical error. I heard it was like a 1-0 was off or something. And that's why it went to That's why it went to $20. That's what I heard. I mean, imagine if you could if we could just know before that.
That would be nice, right?
So the error in their earnings report forecasted margin growth of, look at this, of 500 BPS this year rather than the correct 50 BPS that they expect, man. Can you imagine, man? And then again, it's all computers, right? So the computer picked it up. So you technically juked out the computer.
Yep.
So all the computer cares about is the number. You put 500 out there, of course the thing's gonna go fucking nuts and buy it. Question is how do they recoup? Because I'm sure it was programs here just buying it all the way up to there. Do they sell immediately? And I would imagine somebody got crushed off that shit, man.
I know.
That's interesting.
I know.
That is interesting.
Craziness, bro.
All right. Other than that, here, I'll kick it over to Jesus here for some more noteworthy activity.
Yeah. So again, really interesting session yesterday. Like we were discussing yesterday in the morning, I had nothing. Listen, the CPI miss, yes, okay, it's important, but it wasn't really what got people excited yesterday. And the aggressiveness behind some of the selling, it was just a week that it showed up in, right? You got a lot of dynamics at play. VIX is at front and center again today. Keep an eye on VIX. Keep an eye on those of you who follow the other products like VVIX, some of those insurance protective index and ETFs like TDEX and SDEX. And the reason why is it comes down to this really this week, okay? Unless you get people concerned enough to where, we need to put on protection, right? We don't have protection. If you remember, I think it was Monday, the equity put the call flashed a 4 handle, okay? 4. That's as low as you're going to see it, meaning that nobody had any interest in protection at all, okay? So then you get the CPI, and now you get people caught flat-footed. Do we need to scramble and put on protection? We don't have any, okay? If that happens, that's what is literally behind the aggressiveness of the selling we may see, okay? And things can overshoot on a short-term basis to the downside. If you don't have that scramble for protection, I think this is just an OPEX week where you get that SPX 5000 magnet and use that kind of as a mean reversion play, right? You come below it, you look to play close to it, you shoot above it, you want to fade it, that sort of thing. But it all comes down to the VIX. So keep an eye on the VIX. You see the VIX selling in the VIX, that's your cue to find some long opportunities. if they're bidding up the VIX like they were yesterday in the afternoon, you really don't want to get in the middle of that. But I will say this too, right? We figured there'd be some relief, right? It's hard to gauge how much of relief, but remember we talked about this, Luch, in the past. Let me move this over so you guys could see. Okay, this is kind of indicator of intraday capitulation on both sides, buy capitulation and sell capitulation, right? So when you get buy capitulation, you see this highlighted in lighter candles, and then a yellow, which means they all out chased, right? On the opposite side, when they puke, the yellow signals pukage, and you could see here, right? You could see how much puking went into this low. We haven't seen something like that in quite a while. So usually what follows that, right, to Lucci's thesis, right, you're a big proponent of this, Luch, when everybody pukes out their positions, right, what follows that is usually the opposite trend, and you get a little relief. And that's kind of what we're seeing today, which can carry, which can stretch from here. But keep an eye on the VIX and cue off that if you're looking for more upside. But we did get some pukage into yesterday's late afternoon sell, which was really interesting. One more thing too, the CTAs, which a lot of people know we follow here, those are the systematic funds, no emotion involved. Those levels, we're not even close to those levels yet. So to get CTAs to just puke their heavy long exposure, you still have some room. Okay, here are the levels here according to Goldman. CTAs, for those wondering where CTAs become meaningful sellers, they are much lower. ES momentum thresholds, short term 48.24. Where are we now? 45,000 on ES. So before we break that 4,800 level, you're not going to get CTAs involved in a big way. So this is VIX driven, in my opinion, this week. And if VIX kind of is pushed to the side, you're probably going to see more of a upside in equities.
All right. All right. What do you guys got? What are you guys taking a look at here this morning? SMCI just pumped again to 824 here. No surprise. We'll probably see fucking 850 on that shit today. Keep an eye on the crypto stuff. That's obviously going to be moving here with BTC flying. AMD is still the laggard. It's still the laggard here, And remember how she plays this game. She'll do this for a long time, and then in one day have a fucking 20-point day up when you just ain't sitting there watching it here. NVIDIA highs from the other day is around like 745. Yesterday, it really couldn't break this level, and this was just kind of the area where it reversed. Remember, it squeezed. By the way, NVIDIA squeezed from 695, 40 points to 730. Dropped 15, and now we're back we're back here to 730.
Moves you got.
However, on the way back up here now, this is a complete different story. It's a complete different story, and we'll see how we open here.
And by the way, what's Bitcoin telling us about liquidity right now? Right, we've been watching Bitcoin as kind of front run of liquidity in a sense. What's interesting, you got that bank facility where they bailed out the regional banks that expires in March, so they got to concoct something new. They're not going to let the banks just get killed here, and maybe Bitcoin front running some new liquidity facility that's coming due in March. Who knows? But if you look at Bitcoin as a front run on liquidity, it's telling you there's going to be a nice boost of liquidity here, which is really interesting.
When you say boost in liquidity, can you explain it to them? What are you talking about?
Yeah, so, I mean, listen, there are some people who believe liquidity drives risk assets, period, okay? And some people think it doesn't play as much, have much of an impact. But liquidity meaning the Fed, since 2008, either induces liquidity into the system or takes liquidity out of the system, right? Okay, I'm not talking about liquidity as far as volume. I'm talking about Fed central bank liquidity, QE, right? Stimulus. When they issued that bank facility to bail out those regional banks, they gave banks unlimited access to loans to solve their problem. That's all an increase of liquidity. So what Bitcoin feeds off liquidity. Every time liquidity drains from the system, Bitcoin trades lower. When it increases, Bitcoin trades higher. and Bitcoin usually front runs it. So right now it's telling us there's likely a liquidity boost at some point to a theater near you here.
Take a look at everybody's calling out this Netflix here off the open here. Take a look at this. I mean, again, it's had a 10-day big consolidation. Can't really get up over this area right here. It's going to definitely try to push people in. SMCI flew off the open and then kind of dumped out here. Take a look at this NVIDIA here, not doing much. Let's see how things kind of settle down here and then take it from there here. SPY already 497, and the whole retrace of the move is what? 499, 498, 499, and that was the CPI, right? So that's only 20 handles from here, which is fucking nothing if you think about it. So again, the more we hold right where we are, the more you're going to see SMCI go to fucking 850 and, SPY continue to go higher and all this shit here. So give it a second here and let's see what we got. Let's see what the flow says and, we'll take it from there. NVIDIA here, 735 and gone. And gone here. Meta here, if you take a look here, it looks super strong. Again, most of the strength here coming from the Q names, as we would expect. Goldman Sachs is back to red, which is very interesting.
And if you saw the things they really sold aggressively yesterday, it was small caps, it was cyclicals,
Sure.
The big tech names got hit a bit in the afternoon, but they recovered aggressively.
833 now on SMCI. I mean, again, if you got money coming into, the fat man names and the semiconductors, guys, you know where the market is going. Remember, watch for some lotto tickets for the 499s on the SPY. Watch for those. You see them lighting up these Mara 39s, bro?
Yeah, they tattooed this Mara again.
You see them lighting those up, bro?
Anybody who followed me on SMCI at the close yesterday, I'm lightening up on the 850s right now.
Wow, is that who is that? I'm sorry.
God?
Do you hear the voice of some old guy? Who is that?
You hear the voice of an old guy making fucking money on SMCI. That's what you hear.
He sounds kind of pissed off, doesn't he? He sounds a little sounds a little janky, How you doing, Ron Chero? Good morning.
I'm good, man. I'm fucking good. I saw yesterday as an opportunity on a poll when everybody was yelling about this is it. We're going to fucking zero. I was like, I am buying. So I added to my Lamb research position the 419 1200s. And I bought SMCI at the close yesterday. I added some Amazon. The only thing I'm short right now is Riley. So I'm just trading what continues to work.
What is Riley? What is that?
Riley Financial. It's some little shit. I don't know. What is it? It's a broker dealer, isn't it, Jay?
Yeah.
And
broker firm.
Mark Cohodes, who's a notorious for getting after guys who are fraudulent and running fraudulent companies, hates the guy that runs this company, and he's short. So I just added this one because I want to ride along on his death march here on Riley.
Wow, interesting.
Yeah,
very interesting. Take a look at that Goldman Sachs. I think it's giving you an opportunity to just bail here if you're still short this fucking thing, which I'm going to do right now.
Unless this area breaks.
You got that hood active into strength. Could be some of those pre-earnings buyers rolling.
AMD's making a little wiggle here, huh?
AMD up 3, right? Yep.
Just
Where is
started
that?
to move it.
175. Yeah, 175. Yeah, absolutely.
Hey, Lucci, something occurred to me yesterday,
What was
actually
that?
after the fact, was any time we get one of these big shakeouts like you did yesterday, I need to start going over and taking a look at the big kids, the BKNGs, the Mellies, the CMGs. Like those are the
Sure.
opportunities to grab those big fat names. And I didn't even think about it until I was sitting around having dinner last night.
So what were you having for dinner, first of all?
I had a pizza last night from Delfina.
Okay.
It was it's a amatriciana pie with anchovy, and it was fucking delicious.
Okay. So the deliciousness of said pizza put you in a
Mhm.
pensive state where you sat there and you thought about illiquid Melly and SMCI as where the opportunity are when you have these big fucking crazy days. Is that the thought that came up? I mean,
That was
how did the
that was
thought
the thought.
arrive?
That was the thought. Because I looked at in the after hours, I was looking at SMCI, and I was like, this thing is so crazy how it moves in such big
Yes.
chunks. And then I was like, well, what else moves in big chunks? Well, freaking BKNG moves in big chunks. CMG moves in big chunks. Melly moves in
Melly.
big. Let's see what happened
Yep.
to them. So
Yep.
I can never get an opportunity to get in on those, but a day like yesterday would have afforded that opportunity.
It's very interesting. Now, were you having other conversations at said dinner, or were you by yourself?
Really?
So
This is still going on, this conversation about dinner?
Well, I just want to see what he thinks about when he's eating fucking pizza. You know what I'm saying?
well,
You know.
wifey's out of town, so I was alone with said pizza and a glass
Yeah,
of
there you go.
wine. She would never eat the pizza that I ordered. She'd be like, "Get that disgusting fucking pie out of my face."
What,
So
See what I'm saying,
anchovies? Me
Jesus?
too.
yeah. Well, I'm a Triciana, which is guanciale, which is pig jowl bacon, which is fucking amazing, and anchovies. She would never eat that.
Well, you see, Jesus, these were relevant questions here. You see, he's talking in Italian right now. You know what I'm saying? Man had a fucking epiphany last night. You know what I'm saying?
I did.
I want to see what's going on here.
But look at Melly
All right.
yesterday, man. The things
I
went
know.
down to 1668. Now it's
I know.
1723. That's an opportunity. That's an
100%.
opportunity.
Yeah, nice little lotto kind of thing on an extended move. I mean, your SMCI was the better one because this thing's going to keep going anyway.
That worked out well.
This thing's going to keep going anyway. I'm going to go back to scratch and back to the drawing board here. I'm going to sell all this GS. It gave me another out anyway, so I'll sell. I'll get rid of this. At least I won't get. You don't need no.
What is this? RX? What is the drug stock? SMCI, what is it? Feb 990s.
Yeah, how's this flow looking up here?
Nice.
Yeah, bro, 990s, son. Did you see the Mar-a-Latos? Take a look at the Mar-a-Latos.
Oh shit. I like those. Eddie, nice job, dude. Eddie in the room closed a third of his SMCA 800s from 23.21 to 54. That's a big boy trade. Nice job, Ed.
Minutes or so into the trading session, the Dow is up 30 or so, the S&P up 19, and the Nasdaq composite bouncing about 90 points. The Russell 2000 after falling roughly 4% yesterday.
I'm gonna fix this.
1.3%. Bond yields are flattish here and early in the trading session, 4.295% in the 10-year, holding about 4.60 in the 2-year. Crude futures near early highs, up about 1% at 78.65 in WTI crude.
WTI crude.
We are not far from the high water mark at WTI crude of about 79.29 from January 29th. Should we get through that level, we'll be going back to levels not seen since last fall.
Now you got MSTR active as well.
Obviously.
Yep.
Yeah, that's another one where it pulled back yesterday. That was also a nice big fat opportunity.
Well, the Bitcoin names were one of the few things that were catching bull flow into that rinse yesterday.
That thing dropped another. That thing's up 100 points from where it pulled back yesterday.
Amazing.
$100. Like it's throwing change. Bing,
Yeah.
bing.
Crazy moves on a lot of these things.
Dropping dimes.
Dropping dimes.
CELH. Celsius. You know what? They rickrolled me on Celsius, Jay. Look at this
Why
fucking
is that
thing.
moving now too?
Yeah, that analyst fucking downgrade. They bring it to the 200. That motherfucker buys it all up, and then they rip it.
This Nvidia pullback. I mean, I'd buy this. I would buy this dip if I were you. If you take a look at the Netflix here, it got up to 572. I don't know who fucking program up there. It's been doing this though. We're still in that tight ass.
You're still in a range.
We're still in that range, man. We're still in that range.
So I'm going to have a couple of aggressive condors to go over today. Netflix is one of them. Tesla is one of them.
So far, all the flow has been fucking bullish.
Yep. Bitcoin names and some of the high flyers.
What's Coin doing? Oh, Coin is off and running.
Coin is off,
You
bro.
got coin numbers tomorrow, I think.
154. Yeah, you got coin reporting here. This SMCI 845. We're going to fucking 850. This fucking thing is ridiculous. This fucking thing. Good God. Good God. I don't even know what to fucking say.
Ed, you might want to consider some lottos on SMCI now, which is where I'm looking.
I mean, what's I don't even know what to say. I'm fucking flustered. I'm fucking all kinds of flustered here. This Nvidia can't really get going through the 730s, but dude, this shit breaks 735 and holds, man. And you get some flow, buy the fucking shit out of this thing. Where's that AMD 175 here? That's a sleeper. I don't know if you're gonna get the move today though. And if you notice, the other fat man names ain't really doing shit here. All their banks here are looking pretty good. Besides Goldman Sachs. Goldman Sachs is being held down for whatever reason. But this thing is going up eventually. I got out of most of my position there. And, I mean, that's really it. It's the SMCI NVIDIA show. But you know what else? You know what else is good?
Bitcoin show.
While you were eating your pizza with your farfalugan bacon, you also should have had a needle of that Ozempic right by your side, because
that's moving too.
That Ozempic, man, you can't stop it.
I earned my pizza last night. I walked the dog 5 miles prior to said pizza.
Instead, you could have took it as Ozempic and puked it right up. Not even bother walking the dog. Right? If you eat the pizza on Ozempic, you puke it up. Is that what happens?
I don't think you have the appetite to eat it.
Oh, you don't want.
What a sad life.
Huh? God.
That's sad.
Yeah, that's single in your prime.
Lily is busting out again. NBO looks nice too.
What are the NVIDIA 740s going for? I mean, I think you got to. What are these NVIDIA 750s? 750s are going for $7 here. I think you trade the living shit out of these and buy this. In fact, fuck it, I'll scalp this for a little bit. Yeah, fuck it.
I got a little weekly activity. CVS, Charlie, Victor, Sam. I don't think they report. Oh, you know what it could be? You got the 13D filings coming out today. So you could see some spec action
Spec it.
betting on new reports, new positions taken by some of these hedge fund guys.
Here
Spec
comes
it, guys.
850 on your
Yep,
SMCI.
850 on SMCI, and you're gonna see fucking higher here on the NVIDIA, man. No doubt. No doubt. No doubt. Rinse and repeat, guys. They just used yesterday to fucking flush out so many weak hands and keep this thing going. You know how good they are now at doing this? I mean, yesterday's flush was a flush. That shit was a floosh. You put the two O's in there.
That was a scenario we talked about having potential.
Yeah.
And here it is.
Turkish President Erdogan, after announcing that agreement with Egypt, saying that they've agreed
Guys,
to boost
Netflix
trade
back to
on
570
$15
here.
between
I mean, you got.
countries.
Do we have SPY 499s at all? Are they hitting that line at all?
Start to develop
SPY hasn't, the ETFs hasn't been really too much action there. It's been
No.
mixed because you got rolling of Fed positions. So
Skim,
Yeah, we
I did
saw-
say it was. I did say it was a crash yesterday, and I was right for about. I was right for about 2 hours.
yeah, intraday crash.
Shit. I
It
was
was
right
called
for about
intraday
2
crash.
hours. Guys, if anybody bought that 750 call on Nvidia, in reality, 2 points. You ain't making shit. You got to get this thing over 740. But if you get this thing over 740, this option is $10.
You got some Apple March puts in a sweep. So far early on here, it's the hot semis and Bitcoin miners. Pretty much, you got CVS, some weeklies as well.
Hold on.
Michael, nice trade.
Apple down, seeing some selling.
And some sweeps hitting the Apple. That's a
Yep.
good sized sweep on the Apple right there.
What the hell's Lucci doing over there?
I think he's having a heart attack.
Oh.
He might be injecting some Ozempic. I'm not sure.
Ozempic. You know, you'll lose that weight fast. You fat ass.
Goolsby goes on to say,
Don't be a
how
fat
does
ass, be a diamond ass.
Diamond ass.
Colombia reporting this
Screek is talking about oil. Take a look at oil, man. Oil looks like a fucking breakout here.
expectation for Colombia.
But
Yeah.
individual names on oil are trading like shit. So you go figure. I got nothing there. You got a dip here on this Nvidia here if you want it. Maybe even get 736 or something. I'd keep going on it.
How's ARM looking? ARM moved back to the 5-day moving average like it did yesterday. So that this actually ARM might not be a bad idea for a scalp to the long side.
All right, you got a SPY sell here, but again, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Use this as a chance to possibly buy some more on that Nvidia or whatever names here that you're taking a look at. You got a pullback here on the Meta. If you take a look at the Netflix here, it's trading back up to 572. So that's back up to the highs here. I don't know. Could you make a swing case and say this goes to 580, 600? I don't know. Silvers is here saying I think we get another leg down. Jose is talking about coin. Coin hit 158. Yo, take a look at this.
Yeah.
Nice.
Be saying that it's unrealistic if China had a recession that there wouldn't be a risk of recession for the U.S.
Swing AB is talking about Tesla 190s here. I mean, I don't know, man. I don't know. I feel like you can get way better longs than that fucking Tesla. You gotta wait for that one to come around.
Oh,
And do
that's
something,
forget it. That's pulling hair out of your head. That stock.
you know.
It's a condor.
It's a
So
condom.
swing AB. I would say go long Ozempic, son.
Yeah.
And if you're a little overweight, man, get yourself a little, get yourself a little
Get a
cushion.
dog so you can walk the dog. Get your fat ass
Yeah.
moving.
You know what I'm saying?
You get 9 dogs and be like Jesus.
Yeah.
Silver's careful, man.
All right. Easy, Jules.
She getting frisky?
Oh no, she's choking on something. Baidu Citron has some comments on Baidu. What as a short, I guess.
That guy's a nut.
Citron. Can seeing some repeat activity. I think that's a Bitcoin play too. CAN.
Hey,
He's fake
Lucci, how is Spencer doing in all of this Bitcoin
He's
shit
in
right
Chicago.
now?
He's in Chicago. I mean, I don't know, man. I don't know. I haven't heard from him in a while here. Actually, I'll link back
Spencer,
up with
where
him.
you at?
I would imagine, I mean, it's popping, man. These options are going nuts on this shit every single fucking day, guys. SMCI, you got a dip buy here. I don't know if you guys want it, but take a look at it. I don't think it's that bad of an idea. I don't. Again, scalping it is a different story. Let's take a look at some other flow here. That Devon Energy, you got some longs.
505 million estimate.
ARM here, somebody's buying those 143s to go right back up here on the ARM. I mean, I
was waiting for that.
It's not that bad of an idea here.
Right?
If you think we're going to go right back to 500 on SPY, and money still continues to go into these semis here, where the fuck you think it's going to go here? That ARM doesn't look that bad. I like this. I like a SPY long. Anybody buy the dip on that SMCI? Nice 10 points. Shit.
Shit. A couple of names they were playing for a bounce yesterday. CLF, CCJ, seeing a little more bullish play. CLSK, that's one of their favorite Bitcoin plays. It's been for a while now. Charlie, Larry, Sam, Kevin, some more action.
All right, Peconic, Screek, if you guys want to go Fiesta Politico, move it to off topic.
That meta here just kind of dumped out. If you take a look at that GS here, back to 180. Dirt bags in politics. I had a long convo about. By the way, I had dinner with Nigerian last night.
Oh yeah, tell me about that.
It was very interesting. You'll be very interested to hear what he's got going on. And again, it's nothing.
John or Pete or both.
John.
Yeah.
John. Pete doesn't travel apparently.
Oh, okay.
Apparently, but they're going to go into business with fucking Grant Cardone, bro.
No.
Real estate?
Grant Cardone's going to roll out his trading aspect, and it's going to be John and Pete's show.
Wow.
Oh, boy. Okay.
Exactly. So they're going to funnel. By the way, SMCI is at fucking highs. Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, there goes your arm too, huh, Smitty? Yep.
Arm. Where is that thing? Where's that thing right now?
I mean, that sweeper
130?
freaking
132.
nailed it.
Sweeper nailed it. What's they buying? They're buying 140s? Are they buying?
Weeklies, yeah. Weeklies they were playing. Yep.
So they're not going on CNBC because they said, and this is what he said, and I would imagine there's other politics involved here because again, at that level, it's all fucking politics. He said the CNBC spots aren't worth as much anymore. I don't know, but their commercials run on there all the time. Their commercials actually run on there all the time. But he said Fox Business pays more and it converts over. So they have a new book that they're obviously giving out for free.
Amazing. Those two make nothing but money, huh? I give them credit. They keep going, man.
Yep, 100%. It's impressive. And then they had the exit on Trade Monster.
Yep.
And
they freaking cashed fat on that.
And they're gonna do another similar play here with Mr. Cardone.
Isn't Cardone isn't he a convicted?
They never got convicted. Never got convicted of anything. Never got convicted. Never once got convicted. Which is impressive in and of itself, I suppose.
And he's still big, Cardone?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, he raised $4 billion for his real estate trust. And that's from crowdfunding, bro. That shit ain't from, you know what I'm saying?
Is he mostly targeting older guys or younger generation guys?
It's both. It's both.
Oh,
You'll have
both?
guys that are coming tall. Yo, Playoff Rondo is calling it out here. He's a Scientologist. I guarantee you he joined Scientology just for the connection. I guarantee.
That's interesting. Is John a Scientologist?
I have no idea. I didn't ask him that shit. That shit is kind
Okay.
of weird, man. Hey, John,
It
are
is.
you a fucking Scientologist?
What level are you? Have you been on the spaceship yet?
Hey, how's that ass probe? 740 on the NVIDIA here, guys. The options, though, are terrible. 750 options are fucking terrible. You ain't making shit. You ain't making shit. Swing AB is saying the stream is laggy today. Is anybody else having issues with the stream? If not, then Swing AB, you might need some upgrades here. Maybe you should talk to Wall Street Jesus actually for your technical issues. SMCI is now 859.
You should talk.
Jesus Christ.
Jesus Cristo. LRCX catching a bid here too. Not to be left out of the pate.
Spy, as you can see, is just kind of blah, but it's enough. All it has to do is hold here for money to rotate back into tech, semis, and everything else here, really. All it has to do is hold.
Broadcom's a laggard here, but bouncing off of the 8 if you're looking for a scalp. This looks like a nice scalp to the upside.
You got Vol products, all the Vol stuff at new lows of the day. VIX, VVIX, all of them.
I bought some small spy calls just to fuck around here. If you take a look at Meta here, scooping back up here, 741 on the Nvidia here, $9 on that option. Netflix here still kind of going. And then you got SMCI, which some people in the chat here are calling out $1,000 price targets. Jesus Christ. And John Smith is saying 930. You got Maxwell here calling for 1,000. Why don't we just do some binary bets here? See who's winning, and then and we make money on the side here. Why don't we do that? Wise is saying stream issues here as well. Alex is saying yes, the stream is fucked every day. What?
Every day. Listen to this guy.
Ring like crazy? Whoa. All right.
Listen to
All right. That I didn't know of. And if that is the case,
What
please
did you know?
I didn't know the stream is having difficulty. I didn't know this.
If it was having difficulty, everybody be crying. NVIDIA, a little action there. What did they play? What was it? They posted? Oh, Feb weekly, 750s. Uber.
Well, Lucci pretty
Yeah,
much
the
gave you
shareholder,
the perfect entry on NVIDIA.
Yeah, the one down there, right? The dip buy down there.
Yep.
Yeah, but how's your option though?
Oh, I don't know. I didn't play it.
Oh,
I'm SMCI LRCX in that segment.
LT and account conference saying they are now flight testing new software and release for the F-35 fighter.
this Goldman Sachs to me still looks like a fucking. It still looks like a fucking short, man.
So I still have both wings from.
I think really saying the latest inflation data figures are good news. Again, inflation ran cooler than expected earlier in the session, flat month over month. A reaction from the head of the Bank of England saying that data was good news.
Navarro REMB responding to Hindenburg research report from yesterday. It'll be a November Bravo.
You got a little more AMD weeklies.
Bailey saying downward pressure on
So, Luch, the wings on the leftover from the Condor and the Goldman are the 405 calls and the 675 puts.
You mean 375?
375 was the short wing. It's already covered. I covered it the other day when Goldman looked like it was going to break to the upside. I took my profit on it.
Oh, got you.
So I had a 375, 395 winged Condor, 10 wide. So I've got the 405 and the 365s left as lotto legs.
Yeah, you said 665, FYI.
Oh, sorry. That's fucking ADHD, 80, all that shit kicking in right there.
Yeah. Take a look at this Apple here. You got some selling on this Apple. Again, I don't think it fucking matters. Because, again, the show is SMCI and all this other shit. The show.
Interesting.
Shopify here not doing that well. Let's take a look at that Lyft here. Lyft is back up to holy shit. Look at this. Lyft here, 16 and a quarter.
What happened in the after hours on Lyft? They gave out some bad info and it went fucking nuts.
Clerical error. Clerical error. Check out this long swing on Netflix. I like this. 600 calls. $500,000. I think those are going to hit because this market is not going to fucking sell off. They're buying the breakout here, basically.
But our brother named Tip, and I'm ready to rip.
Wow.
Was that mumbling or?
It was Tribe Called Quest. It was Tribe Called Quest.
Look, I can't get in a word with you two. I talk to myself a lot. So,
Uber is still going. Oh my God, Uber is $76 fucking dollars.
Well, if Lyft is going higher, I mean, Uber is going to go parabolic.
What am I missing? How is this company all of a sudden the shit? What am I missing here on this fucking Uber?
I've never taken an Uber in my life. I have no idea.
You've
you don't
really
go
never taken
anywhere.
an Uber in your life?
Yeah,
You've
never.
never taken an Uber in your life?
Never. I don't.
Well, what if you get out of the airport?
You need an app.
What if you get out of the airport?
He's
I
not.
don't
You're
take
not
an
going to
Uber?
find him
car
in an
set up
airport.
to pick me up. I'm not an Uber. I'm not getting in some stranger's fucking little jalopy. The fuck you think I am? A guy of my caliber. Think I'm just gonna walk into some random Uber? Fucking take me, hold me for ransom.
What about Uber Eats? You never ordered something through Uber Eats?
No,
What about DoorDash?
no,
What? What?
none of that stuff. Same shit there. I'm gonna have some rando guy who's fucking.
Rando.
So what do you do for food
collecting,
delivery?
I go get it myself. Talk about
With
lazy
the-
ass.
With
Or
the
we
red
cook food.
with the red Hummer every time?
Yeah, red Hummer or the Escalada. One of the two trucks go.
Wait, the Escalade?
Escalada.
Escalade.
This dude is a fucking walking conundrum, this man. I swear to God. Who are you?
I am Wall Street Jesus, son
The fucking
of Mars.
Look at what you guys just conjured some more sweeps on it too. Both of them.
Oh yeah, look at them. Lyft and Uber coming in again. Uber September 105s in a sweep. They have a shareholder meeting today. Uber
Hold up.
too.
105s?
They're playing the September 105s. Uber is moving right now, by the way.
Moving where?
I'm watching it. They just have 77, bro.
Muévelo.
Look at this Netflix, 575 on the Netflix here. This, I mean, yeah, I don't know about you, man, but this fucking looks like a straight break here to me.
Yeah, I agree with that.
They love these names, man. They just keep plowing into these names. Taiwan Semi catching a little repeat activity.
nice.
March 1st, 130s.
Joshua is saying I'm in Mara for a green to red move. Oh man, you
Oh, he's shorting it, you mean?
I mean, I don't know about green to red, but you know.
Why is Bitcoin fading?
No. It's grinding higher. 51.8 here so far. Um 742 on that Nvidia here and going higher. If you take a look at this Netflix here, it ain't stopping. SMCI straight highs.
Yep. VIX new lows.
Everybody polished here from yesterday, guys. I don't. Oh my God, I'm thinking about poor shorts from yesterday. I really am. I'm really thinking about them. Maybe we should hold a candlelight. Should we hold a candlelight vigil?
No, I'm just going to stand and point and laugh.
Oh, the fuck did I just hit? Okay,
TTTT is saying Senga.
Senga!
Senga.
Yesterday you weren't here, and Rancho was like, or whenever you weren't here the day before. And Rancho was like, anybody who's going to cry about Lucci not being here, that's what he said. All the Sengas. All the Sengas. Leave now.
They love you, Lucci. They cry when you're not here. They cry. They have like physical pains, and they cry.
If Lucci's not here, then I'm not staying.
I'm not gonna play.
What do you mean I'm not going to play?
That's what they do. They go home.
I'm not gonna watch this broadcast.
I'm not going. You guys, Ron, Cheryl, and Jesus, you guys are stupid. We're going home.
You guys are dum-dums. You got a little bull flow PLTR. What that end up pulling back yesterday? It wasn't that big, right? Nah, nothing. That PLTR is still stuck right there, little tight range.
$870 on SMCI.
The Israeli Prime Minister reportedly decided that his negotiating team will not return to Cairo talks, according to Israeli press.
Yeah, Roblox weeklies catching a little nibbling.
Mara, somebody said it cracked here. Finally, it's dumping here. Nice job, Joshua. Keep it tight though, man. Keep it tight. Probably put a stop to cost here now if you got the, if you got the cost. If you take a look at Netflix here, nice 3-point dump.
Yeah, Bitcoin, you got a little fade there too. I mean, Mara just mirrors Bitcoin basically, no? I mean, that's basically what it does. It's like playing the Bitcoin ETF kind of.
Yeah, it is definitely a proxy.
Yeah.
I like the short on SMCI actually right here and take it for a quick 5 points. Am I actually going to do it? Nope.
Many people have died shorting SMCI in the last 3 months.
Skreek is saying Uber is an evil company. Why do you think it is an evil company? Why do you believe it is an evil company? I'm actually interested to hear your point of view here. Microsoft not trading that well. It's weird. Other fat man names, some of the larger names here aren't trading that well. If you take a look at Amazon, Apple, Microsoft, and all those names here, they're not
The
trading
Mag
too
7
well
names,
here.
right?
Yeah, not trading
Outside
too
of like
well at all.
the semis.
Outside of the semis,
Yeah.
This AMD, by the way, did get to 177. Nice push. Nice push.
AMD's not Mag 7, right?
I mean, I don't know.
I don't think so.
He's Bailey saying there's still a degree of uncertainty regarding the labor market.
Here's your pullback on the Netflix here, by the way. If you like that swing, you get a 3-point dip here.
We were swinging. SMCI don't give a fuck about you or anybody else.
Disney.
875 SMCI. Almost to 880.
Oh my God. Somebody called out the 870, I believe. Somebody called out 870. No. Was it 870? Yeah, I think John Smith called out 870 here. You got your 870.
Eddie, where you at? You still have 2/3 left? Because not a bad place to consider a roll, my friend.
Or actually, I think it was 930 he was talking about.
As the example advises, it's difficult to judge if unemployment rate is actually 3.8% or 4.2%.
For what? Pero de qué? Todavía el CM está bien alto. All right. Well, John Smith is saying, yo, by the way, John Smith, one of your boys hit me up yesterday saying we should seriously talk to you about joining the stream, and he says you got crazy skills. So your fanboys here are hitting me up talking about bring on John Smith here. It's kind of I thought that was kind of interesting. I of course told that person to stop DMing me.
7 billion.
880 here on the SMCI. Holy shit. You don't need no.
If John Smith is so amazing, why doesn't John Smith come join us in the fucking steam room?
Yeah, it's a good question. Joshua was
Wow.
saying flush the Mara.
Flush.
It's a tough one on the Mara there, buddy. Tough one. Arm here. John Smith called
Nice,
out
Smitty.
arm here. Arm here is having some problems.
Goolsby saying the predictive power of vibes has eroded significantly.
All right, it is 11:17. We're going to move into the steam room here in about 10 minutes, guys.
And everywhere else in the real world.
Jesus Christ, shut the fuck up.
Okay, nobody else but you is at 11:17.
All right, 10:17. You know, everybody knows what I'm talking about here. Did I really just see an AMD 290 for May? Where do these people think this shit's going to go?
Well, they're just throwing shit out there now, you know? They're playing with profits. You can't blame them.
Nice dump here on that SMCI here. Take a look at that fucking lift. You got rollers here coming into 18s, 17s. Impressive. Very impressive. To the moon. All right, guys. I will be right back. I'm not doing anything, but I do like the market to go higher here into that sort of gap. You know, out around the 499. Things are pretty stretched though, up here. I don't know how much higher here you're gonna get. I don't know how much higher here you're gonna get, but we'll
Oh, MGM Casino taking a beating today. They had numbers, that's right.
Goolsby just emphasizing, let's not get too flipped out about yesterday's inflation data.
Tesla is seeing a little weekly activity, 190s.
5,000 mark in this latest commentary from the Fed's Goolsby, just tempering expectations in the wake of the CPI release.
VIX, more new lows. They haven't really been started. They haven't started to buy the rest of the market. It's been all hot quality growth so far.
There's gonna come a day, there's gonna come a time where all the hot, sexy shit doesn't work.
21st at Sweden.
Well, thank God they're telling us about Sweden. But until that day arrives, everybody keeps talking about how they can't believe SMCI. I mean, what's the PE on it right now? It's still in the the high 20s, 30s. Where's it at? Anybody know?
I don't know.
It's a reason. There's not a lot of stock there, right? Somewhere between 30 and 40. Amazon and the Googles, how high did their PEs get in the froth? They were like in the hundreds, right?
Yep.
SMCI's PE is now up to 62.
Square, they report, but you got some February 23rd buying. You got a little buy program with more VIX selling.
They look at weekly DOE petroleum inventory data. Crude expected plus 2.5 million barrels.
Oh, who cares about fucking crude? Nobody cares about crude. Shop, seeing a little action.
Where's Lucci? He loves shop.
Bailey's saying that short-term equilibrium interest rate has probably gone up. Barrick Gold GLD CEO at a TV interview saying that he's hesitant to pay premiums on M&A deals. Gulf Australia Delta.
Bailey, I think rates are heading back to zero. They will be lower than today, but probably somewhere in the middle. Thank you, Venus Bailey.
Again with this shit. That VRT has been seeing some repeat buying. They're getting ready to report too, though. Victor, Robert, Tom, ton of buying in that name all last year. Micron, healthy looking April sweep there for MU.
I'm going to come out of a couple more of these SMCIs. I bought these at $13.50. These are the this week's, the 850s. I bought these at $13.50. They're fucking $53 on the bid right now. $54.70, $54.80. It's like a clock.
A little more AMD weekly activity.
Bailey says if headline inflation comes down, that will lower inflation expectations and feed into wage bargaining. Bailey announced that firms appear to be planning to retain labor even in a downturn.
Anybody grab the dip?
PLTR, some more tack on. Go ahead, Rancho.
I was just asking if anybody grabbed the dip on Netflix. That Lucci called out. Almost got to VWAP on that, and they bought it right back up. So crazy.
Sales for August, they report to 228.
Mr. Benioff. Well, that's looking nice too. All right, clear the cache time.
Oh, I see stolen. I did mine first thing.
It's
It was a
laggy.
debacle.
It's laggy. And take a look at some of the GEX levels on the broad market.
I was thinking about doing the same thing on the Gex there, just taking a look at SPY.
So the ironically, that was we got expand this a little more. So you got call resistance at major resistance at 5,000 on SPX. 2 sigma up move is at 5,002. 5-day moving average is at 49.9790. So those, if they want to keep pressing, some nice looking areas to look for change.
What other sectors are moving here besides tech here and semis?
Does it
I
matter?
mean, I guess I'm just kind of tossing it out there.
Well, what about the drugs? I mean, isn't LabU a good chunk of LABU?
Yeah,
Top
biotechs.
holdings, Lily. Like, what about that sector?
Yeah, definitely. Jesus Christ.
Luch, got out of your SPY? Right?
Unfortunately, I got out just before the move.
Oh.
Hey, your Netflix dip was a perfect shout out.
What the hell's going on? What is that?
I don't know.
They said I'm breathing into the mic, so I breathed into it real hard.
Oh.
Did our stream die?
I did it for him. Have we already moved over to public?
It's 10:30 now.
All righty, guys. We're gonna move over to the room here, folks. We'll see you in there. If you haven't subscribed already, you got the instructions on your screen. You know what to do.
1, 2.
We hope to see you in there. And of course, Jesus will continue. Man, the controls here. By the way, I just saw some 500 spies here. 300,000. We're talking about the same shit. Yeah, I'm talking about the same shit. I like that. I like that order, considering the fact that you just destroyed and decapitated every single short again. And money is just flowing right back into the same names here, really. So I could see us melting back up towards 500 on SPY, and you see, of course,
inventories
NVIDIA a lot higher, and then some.
1.4%.
Crude stocks plus 12 million barrels, plus 12 million
Look for
barrels
dip buys.
crude, plus 2.5 million expected. Distillate at minus 1.9 million, gasoline minus 3.7 million barrels, utilization dropping 1.8 percentage points to 80.6%.
Crude is red now.
George here's talking about the AMD here, gunning for the 180. I mean, you know, you got a laggard here on the AMD. Problem is, up here, you're going to have some problems. But again, melt up situation here. If you can buy some time and sit on these things, I mean, I don't think you got many, got much to worry about. Unless you get, is there news? Is there a lot of news coming out for the rest of the week here? I mean,
Friday.
most companies are already reported. What do you
You
got
got the retail sales actually too, which tomorrow I think, and then Friday you have the PPI.
PPI?
Hey guys, I'm moving you guys to the steam room now.
Okie dokie.